Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Welcome in, everyone, on what has been a very active start to the day, but thankfully, yes, the storms have started to calm down just a moment. So we're looking live right now in Savannah. We've got just a cloudy sky. You can certainly see where the storms have came through, the saturated grounds here, the overpass here in the background. This was a stormy side a little bit earlier today with that severe storm that came through. We had, by the way, reported at the surface, we had dime to nickel sized hail. Still reports coming in. We had a large swath of hail that was moving along 64 just south of Selmer into the Savannah area. It kind of, it kind of weakened a little bit just as it was coming into Savannah. So it'll be interesting to see what we get in all those reports, because that was some large looking hail there. At one time, it was indicated up to 2 inches in diameter, but so far we've had some nickel-sized reports so far, so some of that was indeed reaching the ground. Currently we're at 64 degrees, southwest winds at 5 miles per hour, so it's getting a little bit cooler out there. We could still have a storm, but it's not quite as saturated and quite as unstable as it was earlier today, so we're not anticipating much more, if anything, and we'll take a look at that here in a moment. 64 in Memphis, where here we also had a severe storm earlier today. Trenton, much quieter out here, 63 degrees. And as we take a look at Jackson, now 64 degrees. Those winds still gusting pretty good there at 14 miles per hour out of the south and west. And we've still got pretty high dew points, even though the temperature itself has begun falling some for us. All right, let's take a look at the area temperatures. So we've got 64 degrees right now in Paris. We've got 63 right now in Union City, 66 in Ripley. We've got 64 right now in Lexington and Savannah, Selmer, right through there where we had the really bad storms come through earlier, 64 in Somerville. And again, here at Memphis, coming in at 64 degrees. We'll take a look at that wind profile as well. It is turning, though. Look at this. It's starting to turn the northern counties. Check this out. You can see where the frontal boundary is starting to work down into northwest Tennessee. We're starting to see northwest flow of winds. And look at that. We've had a 30 mile per hour wind at Ridgely. Not necessarily so much from the thunderstorms. It's mainly because the front is coming through there right now. And we're starting to see those winds turning more out of the north. So this will take hold, and we'll begin to see a northerly wind by the time we get through about the next 2 to 3 hours. We'll come all the way near the Tennessee River, and you're going to start to feel a little bit cooler out there too. But a lot of action going on, a lot of transition going on in the atmosphere this evening. Let's take a look at our surface map. So this frontal boundary over the next 12 hours, we'll get it south of us. Then high pressure starts to work in. Cold air will be flowing in tonight, and you're going to notice this by the time you head off to work in the morning. We're going to be in the upper 30s. So it's going to be an abrupt change. But we're going to bring back the sunshine. It's going to look really nice out there, but we're going to have to trade off a cold day before we start getting into the better weather. Severe threat is still hanging on to the eastern portions of our viewing area, but after we get that done, we are good. We'll get that out of here, and we're done the rest of the week with any type of severe weather. So here's our latest severe weather outlook. Notice it's just hanging on to the fringe areas, Benton County, up here to Henry County, just north of Paris. That's where you got the slight risk. And then the just west of Paris, you got that 1 out of 5 still hanging in there. Why is this kind of notched out? Well, we've used up most all the energy here. So we should be good. Trenton over to Jackson the rest of this evening, back to Ripley and Memphis, because a lot of those severe storms and so forth used up a lot of the instability, and it is really kind of stabilized more throughout these areas. We still have some instability, though, here, middle Tennessee, and it extends back over northern portions of Benton, parts of Henry, and then parts of Hardin County, eastern Decatur County. But I don't think it'll last much longer. It'll be interesting to see what this last little line of storms does as it pushes through these areas. It could amp up briefly, primarily to maybe a strong thunderstorm or a very brief severe storm at best. But I think most of us are done with the severe weather. Check this out. Some snow showing up, not here, But in East Tennessee, as this line gets on to the east by early morning hours, so we get most of the rain out of here by around 10, 11 p.m., maybe near the Tennessee River till midnight. And then look at that backside. Cold air comes in and catches up. They're going to be dealing with snowflakes over Knoxville and Bristol. Back down, could be just far south as just north of Chattanooga, Tennessee, as that frontal boundary kind of catches up with some of that precipitation. But again, still some more rain. We've got another heavy batch of rain coming through along the front. We'll take a look at that on radar. But look at all the cooler air that's flowing in. This is going back from more like a spring mount. It's going to start looking like a winter mount here for a couple of days. All these cool and cold temperatures are going to flow all the way to the Gulf Coast, into even the panhandle of Florida. It's going to have a chill to it over the next couple of days. So let's take a look at our radar here. You can see we still have plenty of rain out there. Nothing that's severe though, but we have some moderate rain here across McNairy, Hardeman, Chester counties, parts of Hardin County. And then we've got this last little batch of rain along the actual cold front that's pushing through. So we'll be watching that this evening. But again, this is very minor looking compared to what we've already dealt with. But you know, you could still get like a stray little pop-up embedded strong storm or a brief severe storm, especially as this gets a little further east, encounters a little bit more of this instability. That would be around 7, 8, 9 o'clock tonight. So we'll be on top of it should it try to do anything. But again, the chances are much, much lower than what we had this morning. Here's your hourly forecast now. I want you to see, just look at how far we're going to drop. We're going to go from 67 to 58 to 54. This isn't stepping down the stairs. This is like falling down the stairs. Cold. Look at that. We'll be in the 40s by 10 o'clock tonight, in the 40s. That ultimately is going to kill any more severe weather. Now, you can't support severe weather at 49. It's hard to even support severe storms at 51. But until we get to about this 54, we're still, we're going to still have at least a small chance there. But after that, we head into the 40s. It's like we're back to fall. Put your jackets, put your coats back on. We're going all the way into the upper 30s by in the morning, and we'll slowly start to clear those clouds out too. And we'll probably, some of you'll see, especially over the western counties, you'll see sunshine by 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. But check out those temperatures and those north winds at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to feel more like it's down as far as the upper 20s is what it's going to feel like out there with that wind and those upper 30s. You gotta love West Tennessee. What is it we say? If you don't like it, hang around 5 minutes, it'll change. Isn't it seemingly true? All right, here we go for Thursday morning. We'll break back out the sunshine in and around the bus stop time. It'll be about 38 degrees. We're only going to go to 55 for the afternoon temperature. Then we start to see some much better weather heading into the weekend. Let's check this out. Our weekend forecast. So bye-bye storms. Hello to as low as 37 degrees early in the morning, 55 for the high tomorrow. But look at all this sunshine. That's enough to get somebody excited. Whoa, yeah, sunny on Friday, 67. That's going to be pretty nice, but it will be a cold start to the day. A really nice afternoon, though. 42 for the morning start there for Saturday, 73. Almost a picture-perfect day. You know, the surveys, they say, I like the temperature between about 70 and 72. We're only going to be a degree above, so that'll be a really nice day there. 54 for the start on Sunday, partly cloudy. We could have a stray storm towards the evening. I didn't put it on here. The chance is looking less likely, but check this out. That'll be our next front. It drops us down close to freezing, so if you've had those plants that you bought early, be aware we could see some frost here and even a few flurries. I know, 44 degrees for the high on Monday, but that should keep any problems with any snow away. We may just see a few flurries there on Monday morning. Back up to close to 50 on Tuesday, but did you catch that? 24 degrees to start off on Tuesday. All right, guys, that's the weather for now. We're watching it. We'll break in if needed. Thanks so much to everyone that's been tuned in to West Tennessee Weather Channel. Be sure and like and subscribe on YouTube. That'll help us out. And for all of our YouTube viewers, we appreciate you guys as well, and everybody tuning in on Facebook. Have a great evening.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.